So for math, we are in a bit of a pickle. A pickle? It's a phrase. It means a difficult situation. Huh? Some of us did our math work from yesterday, but some of us did not. For this, I'm just going to assign the same math work from yesterday. If you got it done, great! You have one less piece of work to do. If you did not, here's the lesson that was supposed to post yesterday. No matter what you did, however, you should still do your 20 minutes of SplashMath practice today. And here's the lesson. Hi everyone! For math this week, we are focusing on time. First, we'll start off reviewing time to the hour. Then, we're going to move on to time to the half hour. There is a great Brain Pop Junior video that matches time. I'm going to stream it for you now.
No, Moby, it's not time for lunch yet. Look at the clock. How can you tell time? When you tell time, you look at the little hand first. That's the hour hand. The hour hand is on the 9. Next, you look at the big hand. That's the minute hand. The minute hand is on the 12. So the time is exactly 9 o'clock in the morning. O'clock means of the clock. We go to the computer lab at 10 o'clock and go to the library at 11 o'clock. Moby, those aren't our bags. How do you write the time? Now the time is 3 o'clock. I can write 3 o'clock using words, or write it using numbers and words. I can also write the time using only numbers. Well, first I write the hour, so that's 3. Then I add a colon to separate the hours from the minutes. Finally, I write how many minutes are past the hour. It's exactly 3 o'clock, so there are 0 minutes past the hour. You write the time to 2 places, so I write zeros in the ones place and the tens place. How does time change from 1 hour to the next? We've got to wait 1 hour for the lasagna. Well, there are 60 minutes in an hour, and it's 5 o'clock now. It takes 60 minutes for the minute hand to go all the way around while the hour hand moves from the 5 to the 6. So the lasagna will be done at 6 o'clock. Wait a minute. Now I'm a little confused. Well, there are 24 hours in the day, but there are only 12 numbers on a clock. Right, Moby. The hour hand goes around the clock twice in one day. That's why we have an 8 o'clock in the morning and an 8 o'clock at night. 12 o'clock at night is called midnight because it's in the middle of the night. 12 o'clock during the day is called noon. Hey, it's noon now. Grab your lunchbox, Moby. Let's go. Moby, what was that?
For our work today, we will be focusing on your math paper 7-2, which looks like this in page numbers 201 and 202. Let's start on the front, page 201. The directions here say, read the clock, write the time on the digital clock. Now, since we just watched that brain pop, we should be familiar with the long hand being the minute hand and the shorter red hand being the hour hand. If you take a look, number 1 is done for you. The minute hand is pointing up to the 12. That means it's o'clock or of the clock. So our minutes will be 0, 0. If I look at the red hand, that is the hour hand and it is pointing to the 2, which shows this is 2 o'clock. Taking a look at question number 2, I look and the minute hand is on the 12. That tells me it's o'clock, so I'm going to add my 2 zeros in the minute space. And then if I look, the hour hand is pointing directly to the 3. That tells me it's 3 o'clock. Let's do number 3 together. I'm seeing a pattern. All of these minute hands seem to be pointing at the 12. So I should know, if I look through and double check, that all of my answers will be o'clock. Then my job is to look at the hour hand and see what number is it pointing to. On this one, it's 9 o'clock. Try the rest of this page on your own, and then when you're ready, flip to the back so we can keep going. Now we're on to the back. The directions on this side are a little bit different from the front. It says, draw the hour hand on the clock to show the time. Looking at number 11, they've given me the digital time, which is 4 o'clock. So now my job is to draw the hour hand on my analog clock. I notice that the minute hand is already on there pointing to the 12. So now I know that my job is to make that hour hand point directly at the 4 as best I can. I also know it's going to be a little bit shorter than the minute hand, so I'm going to try my best here to draw the hour hand in. Oh, that was not very good. Let me try again. That's a little better. Not perfect, but you understand what I'm trying to do. It can be hard to draw on an iPad. Looking at number 12, if I look here, the analog clock says 10, which tells me that I need to draw my hour hand pointing at the 10. Oh, again, not great. That one's a little better. Continue with number 13 and 14, and then our old friend Puzzled Penguin is back, and he may have made a mistake in number 15. So, could you please help him out on number 16? Now that we finished our math worksheet for today, you have 2 options. You can either have somebody at home check your work to see if you got it right and give yourself a big star, or you can take a picture of your work and submit it to me via your student portfolio on Blooms. Next up, we're going to do 20 minutes of math learning practice on SplashMath. I'm going to show you the best way to access SplashMath on your school iPads. Coming up next. Hopefully SplashMath is loaded to the toolbar on the bottom of your iPad. However, if it is not, you can use the search function to find it. Press the icon that looks like this with the hippo to take you to SplashMath. You may need to log in to our class SplashMath account from here. Press Login, then click Class. Type in our class code, WTCYXB. It will say verifying code, and it may take some time for this screen to load. Be patient. That also happens to us sometimes in school, and we know that we just have to wait a little while. If you've waited a few minutes and it has not loaded, you can try double-clicking on the home button for the iPad, swiping up to close the app, and try loading it again. When you get into the SplashMath homepage, choose your name from the list and click on your picture password. Now you can learn on SplashMath. Try to be on for at least 20 minutes. Ooh, I can see here that I have an assignment due, so I have to do that first before I can move on to any other activities. If I try, it'll remind me to complete my assessment. So I go back here and do my assessment. As your teacher, I will try to assign practice that matches our current math unit. For now, that will be things on time, shapes, and measurement. If you can complete those ahead of time, you may practice any of the additional skills that you would like. And that's all for math. My hope is that you will do a math worksheet and will practice SplashMath for at least 20 minutes a day to get your math learning in. I hope you enjoy.